And my last day of the vacation of the 2-week trip here at SeaWorld Orlando. I'm not planning to stop in Atlanta on the way home. It's going to be a little too cold there, so this will be my last day. And here at SeaWorld Orlando, if you get here right when the park opens, you can get a park map, but more importantly, the show schedule. So you don't have to carry your phone in if you don't want to. Like, I don't have mine with me, it's in the car. But even if you do have your phone, it's so much easier to just look at this piece of paper as opposed to pull out your phone, unlock your phone, make sure you're on Wi-Fi or data, pull up SeaWorld.com, make sure it's Orlando, then go to the park calendar, click on the right date, then scroll down. So many steps. Well, this is one step. Just got off of 2 in a row on Kraken. It is riding amazing today. So smooth. If you've ridden this, you know it can sometimes be a little shaky, but not today. At least not the train I was on. It was one of the best rides I've ever gotten on this. Got some airtime on the drop, just a little. Got some airtime on the 0G roll. Penguin Trek, finally open. It was down all day the other day. It was late in opening. I'm actually skipping a dolphin show to do this ride because you never know how long it's going to operate before it breaks down again. If you've been in this building before, you know this used to house a trackless dark ride, and it still smells like penguins in here. The exit station takes you right by all the penguins. That's pretty cool. That's a nice touch. I think this section is where the dark ride was just about to end. Wow, this exit pathway just never ends. And now we're in the freezing cold area. Thought it was cold outside. Whew, come in here. I've had thoughts before that I'd like to work at SeaWorld, as long as I don't have the job in here. I waited 15 minutes to get on, not bad, but the line is growing. I found Lightning Rod's missing launch, right here. It was a pretty good launch for a family coaster. There is no airtime on the ride anywhere. You do have that mid-course launch, which took the people I was riding with by surprise. It does have a bit of a rattle, but not that bad. I would say that the rattle on this is no worse than on Phoenix Rising at Busch Gardens Tampa. And the music starts playing right as you come to the brake run. It starts with a bit of a dark ride segment with Antarctica penguin theming in it. Just pretty cool. I was not expecting that. I did not look up anything about this ride ahead of time. Overall, it does what it's supposed to do. A family coaster. Not overly forceful, but still, I feel like they could have incorporated some airtime, and also, it could have been smooth. But it is good to note that when you get off the ride, you have a long, long, long exit. You're walking for quite a ways past the penguins that are in a glass, and then you're in the open area with the penguins, which means it is freezing cold in there. And there's no avoiding it. You have to go through there. And you might have to wait to be able to exit that area too, because they have workers that are manning the doors of the entrance and exit to that spot. I overheard someone say it's a very smooth ride. It is not. It's a little shaky. It's not going to give you a headache because it's going too slow, but it definitely has a rattle. But it's just not that bad of a rattle. Kraken is smoother. In fact, everything else here is smoother. Even Pipeline. They seem to be doing a great job cranking the trains out. Really good operations. 2 train ops. Well, I never thought that Kraken would join my list of coasters that I've ridden 10 times a day on. Because everything else in the park has a super long wait, but Kraken is running 2 trains, while Manta and Mako are running 1. So while Mako, Manta, and Icebreaker are all pushing an hour-long wait, Pipeline the Nut Crusher is a station wait. I was tempted to leave the park early with the kind of lines they had on Mako and Manta. I have not checked back on Manta, but I did check back on Mako. They added the second train after quite a while of having a 45-minute to 1 hour wait, but they did add the second train on Mako, and about an hour later they had the line cleared. Went over, got 4 rides on it. It's 2.5 hours left till official park closing, but they are doing an after-hours event tonight, 9 to midnight, Coasters After Dark. I am not doing that. It would be $45 for me as a pass holder, $50 for other people. And they talk about having like no waits and stuff like that. I'll bet there are waits. I'll bet there's a lot of people doing that. In fact, I just went outside to the car to get my jacket because it's gotten a little chilly. Other people here have had coats on all day. I've been in a t-shirt and shorts all day. Just now went to get the jacket. There was a long line of people to get into the park. I think that a lot of those people are coming here for that after hours thing, just arriving now. So I imagine the after hours thing's probably gonna have long lines. Well, maybe not that long, but still, maybe not what they were expecting. A lot of those coaster events, that's kind of how it goes. You think you're going to get short lines, and you end up with longer lines than you had during the daytime, during the regular hours. Let's see what Manta is posting. 10 minutes. It's pretty cool that I ended up with 13 rides on Kraken. First time I've ever gotten double digits on that ride. But it's warranted because Kraken is such a great ride. It's easily the 3rd best in the park. Icebreaker is 4th, but it's not running as strong as it once did. I would say when it first opened, seemed like the launches were stronger. Yeah, it's after 8 o'clock and I'm still here. I just got off of 3 in a row on Penguin Trek. This last hour of the day, it became a walk-on. From like 30, 45 minutes earlier to a walk-on late. And Penguin Trek is a cool night ride too. Really love that first launch. Going out of the building. It's interesting, it was warmer inside than it was outside. Except there in the Penguin exhibit. That gets freezing cold. But especially after those rides, I'm now a big fan of Penguin Trek. This ride, I say, is a winner. Even if it is rattly. I definitely like this better than Pipeline by quite a bit. So my last ride of the trip was a front row ride on Manta. And it was the last ride that it gave before it broke down. And the special event, the 9 o'clock to midnight thing, is about to start. Makes me wonder if they'll have Manta to ride during the event. They probably will. They'll probably get it back up and running. It'll probably be a brief delay. But I'm just glad I got my ride. And it was in the front row. Granted, I do like it best in the back row, but sometimes it's nice to do it in the front as well. So I ended up with 10 rides between the 2 days on Manta, but 21 on Mako. Ended up getting 4 on Penguin Trek. And also on this day, I hit 400 coaster rides on this 2-week trip. That is over 14 days, over 400 coaster rides. It was setting up to be actually kind of a down year as far as ride count goes, especially when you consider that I have the Six Flags all-season Flash Pass at all their parks, and I still was behind how I had been doing in previous years. That's just a testament to how much busier amusement parks have been this year, especially when you consider that I went to Disney World for an entire week last year. A 1-week vacation where I might usually be able to get like 150 coaster rides. I only got about 25, 30 because it was Disney. I didn't have a week like that this year, and yet I still was behind. Got a lot here at SeaWorld. worked out a lot every day at Busch Gardens. Even Six Flags Over Georgia helped out a lot. And then Dollywood, just incredible. Like, I could have gotten a lot more than I did get there, but I was doing a lot of shows as well. So it was a great time here in Florida, but all good things have to come to an end. Hopefully I'll be back here on this same week next year. But my next trip is going to be in San Antonio in less than 2 weeks. So we'll see you there.